Hello, everyone, and welcome to Angel Healing House, and welcome to Walk In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom for this upcoming week of November the 3rd through November the 9th, 2024. Hell's bells. Did I just say November? It's almost the end of the year. My name is Claire Candy Huff, and my name is also Angel Ariel, as I had an angelic walk-in experience on January 11th of 2003, which I write about in my award-winning #1 Amazon International bestseller, I Am an Angelic Walk-In, the autobiography of Angel Ariel. I'd like to thank everyone who has liked and shared, subscribed to my Claire Candy Huff YouTube channel. And if you become a subscriber, it's absolutely free. And you receive notification when I upload new videos. I'd like to thank those people, too, who have made donations for my free content. And if you'd like to make a donation, I have left my PayPal link in the description box down below with all of my contact details. So here on Walk In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom, we pull tarot cards, we pull runes, sometimes we pull Lenormand cards and oracle cards, but we always look firstly into the astrological heavens to see what planetary and celestial energies will be affecting us. First off, happy November, and if there ever was a month that portends new beginnings, well, take a look at some of these numbers. Yesterday, on 11/1/2024, that added up to an 11. Great way to start off the month with that master number, and it created an 11/11 portal. Quite a fortuitous way to start off this new month, and it was also the new moon in Scorpio. November's numbers, 11/2024, they add up to a 10, reducing to a number 1. Well, with all of these 11s and all of these 1s, we have two very distinct messages. Firstly, fresh starts and a whole new lease on life merged with, secondly, culminations and endings. Now, these messages, echoed over and over and over again, are heralding transformations and shifts as we individually and collectively are about to take the initial steps forward into changes. And these new changes will define 2025 for us. We are now into the 13th day of Scorpio season when the sun left Libra on October the 22nd and entered Scorpio. Happy birthday to all of you Scorpions out there. Now, to understand how Scorpio affects many people's lives, it helps us to know that the sign's two rulers are Mars, the fiery, determined planet of action, and Pluto, the planet of death, rebirth, and transformation. Now, with this depth of energies, Scorpio is not just content with anything on a surface level, but Scorpio dives much deeper into our spiritual and our emotional makeup. The posse of angels, my angelic family, who I am part of as Angel Ariel, is sharing that while death can be very frightening to many, it is always followed by a rebirth, and like the cycles of seasons that change, things must pass away in order for something to be reborn. By allowing for all those things that no longer serve us to pass out of our lives, we can bring our energy and our focus to the upcoming new growth. Now, speaking of new growth, leading to our expanded consciousness, how did everyone go this past week with those powerful energies that many in the collective felt? There were some really intense solar flares this past week. Now, personally, I got very little sleep, and I felt like I was in the spin-dry cycle of a washing machine. But the funny thing was that when I woke up in the morning, I heard the words, "Now the real ascension can begin." When I asked the posse of angels about this message, They share that with all of these upgrades that we have been bombarded with to raise our light quotient and consciousness, many in the collective have reached a point where from here on out, every incoming high-frequency energy wave will have a greater effect on those who are ready to receive their rewards. Very interesting message. And by being ready, the posse of angels is referring to those who have done the inner work. For by doing so, we will now be able to absorb and integrate the incoming higher frequencies. We became ready by rewiring our brain, by transmuting and transforming so much trauma and so much hurt into forgiveness, unconditional love, compassion, forgiveness, and peace. This allowed our hearts to crack wide open so that we can live in the fifth dimensional energies and higher to receive blessings beyond our wildest dreams and become wonderfully aligned with opportunities and connections to support and love and foster our new journeys. Now, to give us a benchmark as to what many will be feeling, they are saying that the ascension symptoms will be pretty much the same as we've experienced, but because our capacity has expanded to hold more light, these downloads will be coming in tenfold strong. But we will be able to absorb and integrate them because of the work we've done. And I'm hearing the posse of angels, they're adding, this is nothing that a good spiritual warrior can't handle, right? Well, they are sharing with us that many in the collective will experience their gifts along with these intense ascension symptoms. They will experience their gifts of prophecy opening up and an inner, deeper knowing of who they are and why they've chosen to incarnate at this transformative time here on planet Earth. They're reminding us all that all is well, and that if you're going through this taking on of higher frequencies, it just means that you're entering a time of deeper knowing than you've ever experienced before, because you've bypassed the healing of your human template. Well, you haven't bypassed it, but you have gotten to the stage where you've healed the trauma. You've cleansed all of those things, not of high frequency, and are being activated to elevate on a soul divine blueprint level. Yesterday, on November the 1st, we experienced a new moon in Scorpio. Now, this is helping many in the collective again to dive deeper within, to uncover what may be hidden that's stopping us from transforming in this season of death and rebirth. This new moon could have many in the collective setting intentions to look deeper into new ways how they can emotionally connect and start a very new chapter in their lives. All of this, when done with compassion, when done with forgiveness and love, can lead the way to releasing what is no longer serving us, which makes way for renewal. Again, for this renewal to take hold, we need to plant seeds of our intentions, perfect for a new moon, not just at surface level, but from way, way down deep in our hearts and our souls, by focusing our energies on what could be and not on what did not work out. We will channel our energies to trusting the process that it will come to pass without needing any physical proof of it. And for those who missed last week's video, the cards that were chosen for additional messages were all about trusting the universe, trusting ourselves, and having faith. Then, today, November 2nd, we get an urge to shift from delving into the watery emotional state of Scorpio into a more adventurous, action-packed state, for Mercury, the planet of communication, moves into fiery Sagittarius. And Sag energies make us more curious. It's a feeling, an urge to discover more. well, the energy of Sagittarius, is lighting an inspirational fire underneath us to be more expansive, to be more adventurous. For those who have felt like they have had this urge inside of themselves to visit distant lands, an urge to immerse themselves in new cultures or try on a new job, an occupation, or a new career, then the calling of Sagittarius might be knocking upon your door to set sail for further shores, or for there may be, or because they're out there on those distant shores, there may be opportunities and connections who are waiting for you. Like with everything else, go slowly. And unlike Sagittarius energy, do not be overly impetuous. Consider all the pros and cons. But at the end of the day, once you've done this, the greatest thing that you can do is to follow your heart. Remember that by taking on these new higher frequencies, what we may have thought of as absolutely impossible becomes greatly expanded to manifest as we are now working and reaching into the dimensions of miracles. And I don't know about you, but I like the dimension of miracles. Added to this planetary vibe of action and discovery and movement, on November the 3rd, we will be having Mars entering Leo. And we'll feel the energy shift to be more down to earth in regard to our relationships, our earnings, our finances, and our beauty. We feel the fire energy of the preening of the lion that will give fuel to our actions, our relationships, and ambitions. Now, as I mentioned in last week's video, with so many in the collective having put themselves into self-isolation, hibernating in order for self-preservation for what looked like a world gone mad, many are now ready to come out and engage with the world again. This energy infuses us with a newfound passion, a courage, a boldness of purpose in order to express our personal identity and take bold action, being our authentic, proud as a lion selves. Leo's energies will help us to strengthen our bonds within all relationships, creating greater honesty and harmony. After our self-isolation and working through the transmuting of so much trauma in our lives, transmuting that into love, many in the collective may find themselves ready to face and heal old conflicts, especially those within our biological families. And we're healing them with compassion, love, and openness. It is through this healing, by breaking free from cycles of karmic wounds, that we can transform those wounds into wisdom, and we can create greater space to embody love and self-worth, which will bring us closer to helping us to understand our true purpose. And as of today, November the 2nd, we have 17 more days till Pluto leaves Capricorn, where it has been lodged since 2008, teaching us some very important, yet in some cases devastating, challenging lessons. And on that date, it will enter Aquarius, where it will remain for 40 years. Now that date that it switches from Capricorn, Pluto switches from Capricorn to Aquarius, is November 19th. Now, having hopefully learned those lessons, and quite frankly, who's not been absolutely changed by the last 4 years alone on this planet, this change into Aquarius will see many of us going from trying to survive in the area of our finances, security, our relationship, crises of faith, crises of self-worth and purpose. We're going from surviving to thriving and living the life of our wishes. And for those that are having a very difficult time, please listen to Pink Martini's song, one of my favorite, which is Hang in There, Little Tomato. And that's the name, that's the title of the song. And for our additional messages today, we are going to be going to 3 decks. The first one is Wisdom of the Oracle, and I've picked 2 cards from there. We're going to one of our favorite rabbits, which is Malcolm the Rabbit, A Hare's Odyssey, and beautiful, absolutely beautiful deck here is the Tree Keeper's Oracle. I've chosen 2 cards from each one of those decks, but before we go on, I also have a new deck here, which is Rebecca Campbell's The Rose Oracle. And I'm going to choose 1 card, and I'm going to read it and save it until the end of the reading and see how it pulls the whole reading together. Okay. Couple of shuffles here. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. And let's choose one of those cards and put it aside. There we go. Okay, let's get back to 2, 2, and 2. The first card from the Wisdom of the Oracles that came out for us is this card of Unfinished Symphony. And it's a number 10. Now we have a number 10 here, and also from the Wisdom of the Oracle, we have Imagine, which is a number 20. So we have 10 and 20, which is 1 and 0 is 1, and 2 and 0 is 2, so 1, 2. So it is like, well, it is a progression that we have here. This shows a step-by-step, steady progression. Where are we going? We're going into the unknown, as we are in those last throes of winding down and finishing off this last very challenging 17-year cycle of Pluto in Capricorn. The posse of angels wish to remind us that whatever we've been through over the past 17 years was a symphony. It was filled with connections and events and challenges, trials and triumphs that we co-created and orchestrated with spirit to occur. It taught us invaluable lessons. But now we're finishing this up and getting ready to step into a whole new life that we only imagined. For our imagination is the key to manifesting the life that we so desire. In these last weeks before the switching of the guards, when Capricorn bows out and Aquarius enters Pluto, please know, or Pluto entering Aquarius, please know that this is a powerful time to get clear on how you can create your abundance and prosperity, and how you can create a life in which you do what you absolutely adore doing. Please do increase your faith that Spirit has your back, and that you will be divinely led now to where you need to be as we make this much prophesied shift into the new era of the golden age of humanity. Love those 2 cards to start off with. Next we're going to the Hare's Odyssey. And here comes Malcolm, and he's coming, hopping along. He's bringing in the card of receiving. And with his receiving, we also get the legacy card. So both of those cards are coming in. They're going to be read together. Here comes our friend Malcolm, the fantastical rabbit, the hare. And when we have the receive card along with the legacy card, we now have created a clear channel, because we've done the inner work of changing and transmuting our trauma and the challenges and the difficulty into unconditional love, compassion, and forgiveness. And this acts like a beacon for the universe, then to have a clear channel to gift us with blessings. And these blessings will be in the form of a new soul family, which will be priceless because they will encourage us and support us, uplift us, inspire us to co-create and collaborate with them. This will be the blessing of a new location in which to live and work, or living situations that will foster what our soul brought into this new age to contribute. This will be the blessings of opportunities and offers to do what we love most and brings us the most joy. The legacy card confirms that what we will be receiving is no less than our collective karmic legacy for helping our beautiful planet to enter into a new age of light. Many of us stepped forward into very, very dark times. I walked in and started doing all of this work in January of 2003. And believe me, it was a very, very dark time then. So many of us stepped forward into very dark times, and we used our voice, the example of shining light for others so that they could reawaken to their own light of divinity within themselves. And the second part of this card is finally being able to step forward and embrace our individual karmic legacy of what our soul chose to contribute in this new era of light. The posse of angels is reminding all of us that there will be many areas that will be reconstructed, like making free energy available to everyone on the planet. Hallelujah. Galactic technology like medbeds that will eradicate diseases. Amen to that. The cleaning up of our beautiful planet, and so many other areas. The posse of angels can see some of you, and who have furrowed brows and are feeling fretting by many as to what they will choose and how they will proceed. And they are shouting one word to you: trust. Just trust. You will be shown, and you will be presented and presented your soul's new direction. And they will bring you these connections with ease and grace. You've done the hard work already. You don't have to figure this out. Please do not worry and doubt, for no one, and they are emphasizing no one, will miss out on their niche, their purpose to be of service, doing what they love doing in this new era of light on planet Earth. I love those two cards. Let's go to the Tree Keepers. We have two cards here from the Tree Keepers Oracle. The first card, they're very, very different cards here. It's the Keeper of Solitude. And look at that person, just by themselves at the top of that tree. And alchemy. We're going from this darkness into this green, healing, vibrant light of the Keeper of Alchemy. Now, the message from the Tree Keepers here is that in these coming weeks, as we go and as Pluto is exiting Capricorn, what they want us to do is to keep our own counsel. Keep our cards very close to our chest. Go within to visualize your dreams into existence and deeply sigh them into your heart, for they are yours and yours alone. This is one of those times when it takes a willingness to withdraw, shut out those things that would interfere with your peace. We need this time of solitude to discover our belonging to our soul family, the family of humanity, and belonging to ourselves, to reconnect with who we are and what we love doing. And then what comes out of that is like the phoenix rising from these ashes is the Keeper of Alchemy. And this card then shows that we will be changing our realities. By going within, take any time left over these next 2 weeks. Take any still unexpressed emotions that were brought on by traumas and challenges of the past and give them a creative voice. when you are in your solitude. The true and priceless medicine is in the wounding itself. Take what you've experienced and turn that into art. Sing it out. Play it out in a musical instrument. Paint it and draw it out. Journal it out. Write the story of it into a book or poetry. Some of the most beautiful tapestries of life are woven from the threads of both our joy and our despair. Just like a tree that takes the rain, that takes the sunlight, the potential in its seeds and in its roots to seek out the nourishment from the soil, remember that you have everything you need now to be the alchemist of your life. Two very different but very important cards here as we come up to that very important date of November 19th. So let's go to the Rose Oracle and see what that mystery card was. Let's turn that over. I love the backs of the cards too. They're just so beautiful, delicate. Look, we have after the rain, and there's a rainbow. Silver lining, relief, hope, mercy. It's over. It's now over. And I'm going to read you after the rain. It's the first card in this deck. There's something very special and sacred about the moment after it stops raining. The atmosphere has released all that was holding, and in turn, the earth has been cleansed, replenished, and nourished. It's a similar feeling to the moment after we stop crying. As those salty healing waters fall, they activate oxytocin and endorphins, which create a shift in how we feel. There's a great release now in these last 2 weeks before Pluto goes into Aquarius. What was once overwhelming now seems possible. And while we may not know it consciously, noticeable growth will soon follow. After the rain is all about hope, healing, beginnings and endings. Emotions are soothed, broken hearts are on the mend. Times of trial are over. Mercy can be felt. There's a moment of release. A new encouraging silver lining can now be made out in the distance. What's been challenging and difficult has or is about to ease up. If you've been going through challenging times, who hasn't? The card is here to reassure you that things are about to ease up. You've been through the worst, and now hope is here. These past weeks, months, or even years haven't been straightforward. They're likely asked you to dig deep and endure hardships that you never thought possible. But now, at long last, there are smooth seas ahead. What you've learned and how you've grown can never be taken from you. And now it's time to enjoy the warmth of the blessings and the rewards and the legacy of the warmth of blessings that life has in store for you. Glorious new beginnings are now possible. And it says, what are you ready to release in order to, like Malcolm told us, to receive our legacy? Beautiful card. Ties everything together. It's after the rain comes the rainbow. Let's finish up with our divine doors and see what cards come out for us. There we go. Let's see if we can make 3 cards jump. 3 cards jump, posse of angels. Oh, there's one. Okay. One. Oh, you can have two jump at the same time if you want. Whoop. And of course that one fell on the floor. Okay. Oh, what wouldn't it be unless one fell on the floor? Okay. There it is. The first card we have here is Secret Sketches. And this is the door. Beautiful blue door. Same as my blue painting in the background. Wander and seek the familiar and friendly kind. Draw memories in sketches for others to find. So I just mentioned about playing out your emotions with the in some sort of art. Sketch it out, draw it out, play it out in a musical instrument, sing it out, write it out in a journal or a book. To get it out, to have closure on it, so you don't take it into this new reality that you're creating. And then we have sunset. Time here turns to release and unfurl. Old cords of pain fade at the sun's light burns. Well, the sunset card is we are drawing to a close, these culmination of these endings. Some of us look back, we cannot even believe the journey that we have been on. And that sunset always, always leads to begin here. Do not fear what travel brings, my dear. The moment is yours. Begin now and begin here. Yes, many are going to be traveling to new locations, new cities, new states, new countries. So many of us are going to be going overseas and finding those new locations to be able to serve and to step into our new purpose in this era of light. So I hope all of that's been helpful for you. Remember that Walking Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom airs every week on the weekends and most often on Saturdays. If you're interested in any of my services for intuitive tarot readings, for those oracle messages, for their energy sessions, which can be sent distant healing to anywhere in the multiverse, in the galaxies, in the universe, please, and those emotion code, those remarkable emotion code sessions that help us to release anything that is still blocking us in our ancestral or our generational lines, please do phone Angel Healing House, and that number is 831-277-3716. That's Eastern Standard Time. You can always visit my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com. Go out, everyone, and fashion an absolutely beautiful life for yourself. I'm wishing you love, and as always, angel blessings. And I do look so forward to speaking with you again next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.